Hey guys, Tal here, and today we're going to have a little bit of a more fun video. You guys don't know this about me yet, but I'm a huge transmog fiend. I like having the best sets, I like making up sets, I like getting tier sets, I go back and solo old content for tier sets and things like that. I love transmog, it's one of my favorite things about World of Warcraft, and especially on my monk. I have so many different gear sets and so many different leather sets. It's fantastic. I love it. And we're going to have a little bit of fun here. We're going to be talking about the different artifacts for the different tanks and my favorite appearance for each of them, my thoughts on them and all that kind of stuff. But first, the most important thing to say is Demon Hunters. This is the Havoc Demon Hunter artifact, okay? Look at it. It's a Warglaive. It's fucking fantastic. In-game, this part like glows green and all that shit. It has like that really cool blue variant. It has a really cool purple one. It has a nice red one. Really cool, right? Yeah, that's a good starting artifact appearance. A lot of classes have that. For example, Protection Paladins have a fucking awesome shield, and you're going to see that. Red Paladins just get, Ashbringer. Fine. Cool. Really cool. This is the Vengeance Demon Hunter one. This is the base model. These are the different colors. Now, I'm not going to call anybody lazy because some of the other variations on here are fucking phenomenal. But it seems like someone was a little bit lazy. All I'm saying, I think that the Vengeance Demon Hunter potentially has the worst base artifact appearance out of every single class and spec in this entire game. To the point that I transmogged it immediately. I transmogged off my artifact weapon the moment I got it. Because it was ugly. It was worse than the starting Warglaives I got when I started my Demon Hunter. This is an abomination. But enough about that. Now we're going to get into the good shit. Again, guys, I'm just going to give you my opinion. I'm very opinionated when it comes to transmog. I have a very strict kind of set, like, okay, this matches, this is good, this is overused, blah, blah, blah. Fantastic. If you use the Tabard of the Lightbringer on any of your transmogs, go away. Nobody likes it. Everyone uses that transmog. That tabard, and it doesn't fit anything, so just go away. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and go through the Vengeance Demon Hunter artifact appearances. So, first off, we got the actual first good version, which is the Illidari Crest. Now, I'm a personally big fan of this. I like the design choice behind the Vengeance Warglaives. I like that it's like a tonfa, you're holding it down. It feels like you can actually defend and attack with it. And I really like this variation. In fact, to the point, I think this should have been the baseline version of it to begin with. I think that the Eldraki Warblades, the standard appearance, is just fucking disgusting. I honestly do. I feel bad. I don't like saying that about people that, the art people at Blizzard are fantastic, but this is a sham. So anyways, the Illidari Crest, very nice model. They have interesting different colors. I personally am a fan of this in-game, not in the model viewer. I like the green one as well, but this red and gold one, which I'm a Blood Elf player. I play Horde, so I'm going to be a Blood Elf Vengeance Demon Hunter. I think this one matches the best. I do really like the Illidari Crest, but it's not my favorite out of all of them. No. We go to the Dreadlord's Bite. Now, I don't like the green one too much, but this model is fucking fantastic. The blue one's a little bit better. Purple one. Oh, my God. I've seen this one in game. With the, like where you actually upgrade your artifacts and everything. This is fantastic. It's just a fantastic thing. And then the red one it's delicious. It's so good. The red one is so good. And then we got Bone Terror. Now, I'm not a fan of this one, personally. This is more of the PvP one. But I can see I can see why people would like it. It does look very intimidating. It almost even looks like you have bone wings coming out. But then there's also the Umbra Wing, which, again, is a fantastic one. It's a very sort of, decrepit, dead, evil hunting type thing, which I personally am a big fan of. You can see here different model versions of it. I think that the different variations don't do enough to differentiate themselves. I think this one's the best because it does have the different colors as the gold. The green one just kind of, makes it a little bit darker. The blue one, again, not really too much of a difference. This one just makes it whiter. I think that this version is the Umbra Wing is very good. Now, mind you, I do want to say, not all of these have been revealed yet. If you go into, for example, the game, you can't see the Umbra Wing. You can't see the Iron. I don't think you can see the Iron Warden. These are ones that are hidden or going to be released later on in the patch. But I'm just going to talk about all of them because fuck it, why not? We're talking transmog. Now, my favorite out of all the artifacts for the Vengeance Demon Hunter is this one, the Iron Warden. Now, this is basically a big fucking fist. When you wear it, it's not a warglaive, but it's a big fucking... If you've ever watched Bleach, that one anime with that guy that his arm turns into like a fucking red and whatever the fuck, it's fantastic. And specifically, the different colors of it. I love the purple one, and again, the red one is beautiful. So I would say out of all of these, I do like the Illidari Crest. I like the Dreadlord's Bite. It's probably my favorite baseline one. Umbra Wing, I would only really say that one. And the Iron Warden, all the different ones are really good. But my particular taste for my Blood Elf is the red and black one. But I would say as soon as the expansion launches, I'm going to be doing everything in my power to get this one, which requires Glory of the Legion Hero, and then working my way towards Iron Warden. So there we go. That's Vengeance. So let's move on now. And we are at Protection Warriors. Now, for Protection Warrior, I have to say these are also really fucking bad. All the different variations. Whereas Vengeance has the worst baseline artifacts, I think that overall, Warriors have the worst skins for their artifact, which kind of sucks. This first baseline one, it invokes Deathwing and has that all that right cool stuff attached to it. Green version, it's okay. Blue version, a little bit better. Purple version, not really that great. So, kind of shitty, but that's how it goes. Let me go ahead and just reset this a little bit. Again, I've already told you guys, for some reason I have a little bit of trouble WoW ahead of times. I'm not really sure why it happens, but, it just does. So then we have the Arm of the Fallen King. Now, I like this a lot more. It's very glorious. You'll see that all the second artifact appearances are very much like the first one, but more empowered, more stuff going on. I really, really like this variation and this one as well. And then the purple one is, not that great. So this, overall, the Arm of the Fallen King is better than the Scale of the Earth Warder, but it's still not fantastic to me. Then you have the Unbroken Stand. Now, I really like this one, specifically because it matches some of the tier sets that Warriors have. I can see the color variations going to match, as well as the spikes here on the shield is going to match some of my favorite tier sets for the Warrior. And the different color variations are not as great. I think that the baseline one is the best out of all of them, personally. But I really, really like this artifact appearance. It's one of the better ones, I would say. And I do like that it makes your weapon an axe instead of a sword like the other ones. Now then, Deathguard's Gaze. The thing about this one is it very specifically, to me, seems like it's a Forsaken artifact, basically. If you're an undead warrior, you use this one. It matches so well transmog wise, and it's so thematic. You can see that the sword, this one specifically, is like screaming Sylvanas, to me at least. And then you have the purple one, which is it's okay, and the red one, which is a little bit better. But I find that the blue one, which just screams Sylvanas, and the red one are my two favorites for this one. But if you're not a Forsaken, I don't really understand why you would use this specific one. I'm just saying, I'm talking thematic, okay? I'm just judging based on theme. Now, this is another one of my favorite ones. I love the way that the shield works. It's like, okay, I have no idea what the fuck kind of skull that is. I was going to say dragon, but I'm not sure. And it comes with a flail. Yes, you get a flail. Pretty fucking cool. The green one's okay. I guess that's blue to them. That one's okay. I think that the baseline one as well as the green one are probably my favorites for this. But again, very cool looking artifact appearance. But you'll notice that it's one of the last two. Overall, I would say a Deathguard's Gaze baseline of the four that you're going to be able to get immediately. Probably the best for Forsaken. But then Unbroken Strand is going to be... let me see. Yeah, Unbroken Strand's probably going to be the best one after that. Is my opinion, at least. So then we have Legion Breaker, which I already went over, actually, and last, Breath of the World Breaker. So this one is very specifically going to match the tier set bonus from Dragon Soul that makes Warriors look like Deathwing. Other than that, it would be hard to match this to anything else. I think the purple one and the red one are my favorites, but thematically, it's hard to match them to anything else unless you're going for that transmog look from Deathwing. So that's Prot Warriors. I'd say that my favorite is probably just baseline Unbroken Strand. If I was a Forsaken, I'd use Deathguard's Gaze, but this one and Legion Breaker, those are my two favorites for Protection Warriors. So now we're going to go and Truth Guard. Truth Guard has some of the best, most glorious fucking transmogs. Paladins get all the good shit. That's just the truth we all have to deal with. Paladins get all the good shit. So baseline, Truth Guard, look how beautiful that shield is. It has spell effects. It looks glorious. It has a fucking wheel, 2 wheels inside. And then Vengeance gets a fucking stick? It's not fair. It's not fair. The world isn't fair. But all the different colors, oh my god, just look at that one. Look at this fucking thing. Fantastic. Fantastic one. Even though, I like all of these. I like every single tint of the baseline one. They're all fucking fantastic. Truth Guard. So good. Light of the Titans. It's just Truth Guard, but better. Look at how glorious that is. Obviously, this model viewer has some issues with spell effects, but look at how amazing that is. The red and black one is so good. The gold one, fantastic. That one, pretty shitty actually. I don't like that one at all. But the other three, fantastic. Light of the Titans, beautiful skin. And then you have Divine Protector. It gives you a fucking hammer. Now this specific artifact skin matches very, very well with the mythic tier from the first raid tier of Legion. I believe that the warrior one actually matched it as well, one of the later ones. But specifically, this completely matches the tier set that they're going to be having, the Paladins are going to have. And I love that it gives you a hammer. It looks glorious. It really does. That's the best word for Paladin stuff. Glorious. I don't like that one. If you see here, the very first one has gold trim with red, and it really accents it well. Same with the green one. But then you go here, and this isn't enough. It's like a muted purple, but it's not enough to really stand out. It looks like the other ones, but just less color, which I don't like at all. I do like this one as well. I think that they missed the mark there a little bit. Maybe they should have made that purple a little bit stronger. I think that would have been fantastic. Purple and gold fit Paladins amazingly well. But overall, Divine Protector, another fantastic one. Then you have Dark Keeper's Ward. Now I'm a little conflicted about this one. Let me see here. I just want to show the weapons, how they change a little bit. But the thing about this one is, I do like the sort of phantasmal sword that they got going on. But this effect, when I saw it in game, it's a little too much of the effect. It kind of, it's nice, it's really cool, but it kind of overpowers your screen and calls a lot of attention to it. It's hard for me to describe. It's just a little distracting. But otherwise, I mean, look at that blue. That's a beautiful blue. That's a blue that you don't see on a lot of spell effects, which I wish they would use more often. The red is fantastic, but in this specific scenario, I love the blue more than I like the red. And then the gold one's okay. It's just okay. I saw it in game, that's why I'm a little bit more muted about it. But overall, this is still a fantastic artifact skin. Crest of the Holy Fire. This one has a flail. Yes, Protection Paladins, Protection Warriors both get a flail skin. Although I gotta be honest, it kind of like the warrior one a little bit more. I still like the spell effect. That's the thing about this artifact for the Protection Paladins. They have the spell effect going around all over the place. I like the gold one. I think the purple one's fantastic. I think the red one's okay, and I like the blue one as well. And then you have Vindicator's Bulwark, which gives you a fucking mace. Now this, I think, is going to be fantastic for all the Draenei Paladins. It just screams Draenei. You can see here the fantastic green, the red. I love the gold and purple probably the best, as well as the green actually. The red one for them isn't the best. I like the way that the green kind of goes together. I think it's a beautiful tint of the green, as well as the gold. And the purple one just kind of seals it all together. It's going to fantastically go with a lot of the tier sets for Paladins. I think Paladins maybe have the best artifact weapon, I think. I just have to say it now. Like every single one of these skins, I can see a good way to use it. I can see, things that would match it, ways to use it. Please, if you're a Protection Paladin main, get all the skins. Get all the skins. If you like transmog, get them all because they're going to be awesome. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the next one, which is Fuzan, the Brewmaster one. Now, I gotta say, half of the whole reason that I love this artifact is because of the way that they hold the weapon. It's awesome. They hold it on their back. It's really cool. I think that the model viewer having this upside down is kind of dumb, but, we're just going to deal with it. Overall, this is a boring artifact. If you just think about it, there's no spell effects, nothing crazy going on. But it's still thematic and cool. This is not like the Vengeance one that is literally just a stick. This at least has brews on it. You can even think of it like this. That's your Iron Skin brew. That's your Purifying brew. It's on the weapon, for Christ's sakes. That's how good it is. Now, the color variations leave a little bit to be desired. I actually don't like any of these variations. I think the baseline one's the best out of the first one. But then you have random noises from other stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Again, Wowhead, you kill me. You kill me with your ads. I don't know what's wrong. but you kill me. And I'm not going to run ad blocker because, god damn it, I'm a content creator and I'm trying to make some money on YouTube, so it helps me. People don't run ad block, so I don't. But Monkey King's Burden is like the empowered version. I love this. I love this thing. You have your brew just hanging from it, just makes it bigger. The green one's awesome. The blue one's really cool. Let's look at the red one. The red one's kind of shit, for being honest. The yellow one, kind of okay. It's not my favorite. This should be very good for Ox because, you know, Brewmaster, they embody the Ox spirit, but it doesn't actually fit that well. I think the green one and the blue one are the best. And then you have Heart of the Ox. So for Heart of the Ox, look at that. Look at that glorious thing. You have an ox head, you got the spikes on the fucking ball. Such a good artifact skin. Then you have the blue version. We're going to go ahead and reload this webpage one more time. But the blue version is also very, very good, very thematic. It actually kind of reminds me of Windwalkers in that sense when you look at that. The red one is, again, kind of shitty. I think that the red tints for all the Brewmaster ones are kind of bad. But the green, this dark green one, fantastic as well. I think the blue and the yellow just take the cake for me, though. Heart of the Ox, my favorite so far of these three. Monkey King's Burden is pretty good, but they're all good. They all have their place. They're all decent in one way or another, and I think that's important to distinguish when it comes to the Brewmaster, because again, compared to the Vengeance one, the very first one, it was shitty, versus this one's actually showing you the skills that you have as a Brewmaster. So again, Heart of the Ox, the yellow one's probably my favorite, but then you have Dragon's Fire Grass. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of this one, right? But I know some people are going to absolutely love it. I mean, it's spewing out fire, you got the dragon on it, this red is particularly fantastic, that blue, oh, beautiful. That green is very, very thematic. Very, very thematic. And then you have the yellow, which is also okay. I mean, I'll give it that. The yellow, you know, a little bit of an ox. As a Brewmaster, though, I feel like Heart of the Ox just embodies it better. But I still do like all the Dragon's Fire Grass one. Now, then Bearer of the Mist, it's really, really cool. It almost looks like one of those paper lanterns that you can that you find in a lot of Asian cultures, and I hope I don't get yelled at for saying that. But it looks like a paper lantern. I love the green kind of spell effect that's going around it. The blue one's beautiful. The red one's actually beautiful, and the yellow one's beautiful. It's just a beautiful skin with beautiful colors that are very. They're not, you know, out and trying to get your attention. They're a little bit muted, but it just comes together beautifully. And you have Ancient Brewkeeper, which kind of looks like a Mogu version of it. So they're going back into that, you know, pre-Mogu slavery type days, but it's very Mogu-ish. I don't actually like this one at all, if I'm being super clear. I think this is the only good one, but out of all of these, I don't see them good at all. I think Heart of the Ox, Dragonfire's Grass, and Bear of the Mist are definitely the standouts, with Heart of the Ox, you know, winning my heart just a little bit because, again, we are the Ox, we are the Brewmaster, we embody Neo-Zao. That's why I like it the best. But let's go to the next one now. Okay, Claws of Ursoc. So, this one's unique because it's going to depend on what race you are as a Druid for the first one. Now, as a Tauren, so you have Night Elf version here, which I really like. As a Tauren, the one that I have access to is this one, which I'm perfectly okay with. Orange is fantastic for them. You know, Worgen's Trolls have access to this version. I've never been a big fan of Troll Druids, just a personal preference, but I love how much this screams Troll. Worgen have this version here, and then you have your secondary version of it all. So you have this so for example, these four are the very first version of it, and these are the Ratians. I don't like this tan bear at all. I do like this white bear a lot. And then I love this one as well. So I definitely think that the very first initial version of the Claws of Ursoc, so the initial form changes, Druids are a little bit special because I honestly think that all the form changes are fantastic because it's literally changing the entire way that you look. So it's a little bit different than the other weapons, but I think they're all fantastic. As a Tauren, I have access to the orange, tan, blue and white, and red and black. And I like the blue and white and the red and black the best, personally speaking. But then you have Stonepaw. And you're a rock bear, which is it's adorable, honestly. I like the model, I just don't like a lot of the colors. I think this is my favorite one out of all of them. I just think that the other ones are not. They could have done more with the rock theme and the little colors and all that kind of stuff, but I think the purple and silver bear is my favorite. Then they have Avatar of Urso. Now, I'll admit that this is a very good skin, but I don't like any of these. The problem with this one is it's too much of one color. I want more variation. I want more things. But of course, they're copying Ursul, who is a big green bear. So you have a big green, big blue, big purple, and big red. A lot of people are going to like the red. A lot of people are going to like the purple and blue and green. I'm not a huge fan of it. I prefer the Stonepaw, but that's very much a personal choice. That's not to say that this is a bad skin at all. I think it's fantastic. Then you have Fall into Nightmare. Again, another one that a lot of people are going to like, but I'm kind of with. I personally don't think that a very, Guardian Druid should be showing like decaying, rotting parts of himself, but I think it's really cool that you have this choice of being like a nightmare bear. I think this one's fucking awesome. The green one's okay. This one's fantastic. And then the blue one's also really, really good. But I think that the red one's going to be what most people are going to rock. Compared to the Stonepaw, I still like Stonepaw more, but I can see the appeal to Fall into Nightmare. And then you have Guardian of the Gale, which is Bone Bear. I'm a little divided on this one. I think that conceptually it can be really good. I just don't like any of them. I think that this one and this one are probably the best, but I would never be that over Stone Bear. Personal preference, it is what it is. I think the Claws of Ursak is going to be... I love this artifact because it has so many different versions and styles and choices for people, so people are going to be the best bear that they like. But for me personally, I really only love the Stone Bear, and I like some of the other versions. But Stone Bear for life. I'm going to have to complete the achievement this side up. No idea what the fuck that is, haven't looked it up, but I'm going to complete the shit out of that achievement. And then lastly, we have the Maw of the Damned. Now again, this is another artifact that I think baseline is fucking cool. It's thematic. It has the blood effect pouring in and just going all around it. It's an axe. It fucking looks awesome. And I think that the green one's kind of shit actually, but the blue one and the purple one and the red one are all beautiful. Then you have Blood Maw, which is the empowered version. This actually makes it look like bat wings that are coming up. And again, the purple one's fantastic. I think the green one's also bad. The blue one, the purple one, red one, again, my favorites. With a particular note to the purple and the red one, in my personal opinion. I think that this purple-black is very good. A lot of the artifacts have this type of tint, and I think it's fantastic. And you have Soul Reaper. It's the Scythe. You can't hate the Scythe. I'm not a big fan of the gold and pink, but just look at this thing. Look at this thing. The white one is probably my favorite out of this one. I think if they had better colors, it would have been better. But it's a scythe. I can't say no to a scythe. You're a blood decay and you have a scythe. Beautiful. Beautiful weapon. Then you have Executioner, which is a big fucking axe. Now, I don't like this too much. I think that's a little bit boring. I think that the skull and the weapons and the colors are really nice, but I'm just not a fan of this tint in general, or this skin variation. I like the Bone Jaw, though. The Bone Jaw is, it's not my favorite, but it's a little bit better than the Executioner. I think that the colors are a little bit lacking. I love that one, actually. That one's fucking terrifying. But the other ones are a little bit lacking, honestly, besides the red one with the little red tints around there. Then Touch of Undeath, which... it looks kind of small, but I'm going to assume it's a giant two-handed axe. And this one is okay. I think only the purple one's really the best. But I honestly have to say that my favorite is probably just going to be Blood Maw with Soul Reaper thrown in because it's a fucking scythe and you have to love it if it's a scythe. And Bone Jaw is probably really good too. It just depends. I'm not a big skull and figures and all that kind of stuff type person, but I do like the elegant simplicity of just, Blood Maw, the purple one especially, and then Executioner because you're a goddamn blood decay and it's a scythe. I've said it like 4 times now, but it's the truth. But anyways, guys, that's my personal opinions on all the artifact variations and skins and tints, all that kind of stuff for each of the tank specs. I hope you guys like this video. This is a purely fluff video. It's just about showing you kind of my transmog dreams and things I like. I love transmog. I'll probably be doing a couple videos about my different transmogs later on when Legion actually launches because I'm vain. Can't fucking help it. But I hope you guys appreciate this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and had some laughs with me. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video, please. It helps me out more than you might think. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate the shit out of all of you. Thank you for your time.